Hello and welcome to Spring Runner Forge Alliance Forever. Today we're watching Voodoo's group stage games. I'm gonna try and cast them a bit faster. So I said I would cast every game or get every game casted. Soviet's helping to do that, so I'm gonna have to actually pick up the pace if I want to do that in any reasonable time. So we're gonna do four games. The rest of Voodoo's group stage games. First, he's playing Blast Shield. A guy who surprisingly made it into the end of year tourney. He went on a really good run in the fourth qualifying tournament, I believe. We'll see how he does against God Emperor Voodoo. Voodoo, I think he used the craze build. No, actually I think he didn't. But yeah, we're on Certus, a map that's being hoarded to noxious levels recently by Bloodir and a few people. So let's see what we see on this game. On this map, Voodoo made the air factory. He's going for a bomber, now edge building. Bomber also for blast shield. I like it. This scout should be way up further. I mean, you could just park the scout anywhere up here and you'll see everything that comes out. I mean, he may not see this bomber now because he's not in a good position. He could literally put his scout here and he'd see something come over, and so now no time to dodge. And he's probably also has no time to dodge because he wants to use his own bomber. This guy almost auto dodged there, but yeah. Last shield lost 2 NGs. Got the bomber. Oh, this guy, what the fuck? Where's he going? Okay, looks like he gets this one. No, Voodoo is on top of this. Dodges. He's gonna have to keep dodging a lot though. And dodges nicely. And that bomber is gonna get caught. So more or less even there after that, I think. No huge differences. Got extra factories in the bottom going up, all with adjacency. This is a tourney game, so we gotta try hard to get that T1 max adjacency, which is really nice, to be honest. Always get adjacency if you can. Voodoo is also sending his commander across to the right. He's too, well, to the top I should say. He's too slow to catch this guy. Catches the rest. But still has to deal with this one. And he's actually gonna just build that expansion with his ACU. You ain't gonna raid an expansion an ACU's building with a few mantis. Most spam for either player being sent the aggressive side, so Voodoo almost all his tanks did it this way. Also Blast Chill is not defending this in any way right now. He hasn't sent his ACU, he doesn't have a PD, he doesn't have any tanks here. Because Voodoo left to build the expansion, he's let more mantis in and they're gonna do some raiding. Mexes will go down. If he's lucky, he will find some engineers to kill. I mean, all these engineers are great to kill. This guy who's reclaiming, these two are reclaiming, this radar is a good target. Can he stop Voodoo's raid in the south? Well, he has a good formation, but now he's actually shooting the ground a lot. Terrain is quite hideous on Certus in terms of gameplay. Just always you will shoot the ground, so just in every game. Calm in middle first for Blast Shield. They're actually quite late going for mid, to be honest. Voodoo still can't afford to leave. He doesn't have tanks to defend, he doesn't have PD, so he actually has to stay here and try and hold on, but Blast Shield can just get all this vicious mass from mid if Voodoo doesn't react quickly. I mean, there's even Mantis just in this area. It's madness. On the other hand, Blast Shield didn't stop this raid. Voodoo broke through, has done massive damage. I think killing this Hydra would have been great. But compensation is that Blast Shield's getting this mass weight. Let's see if he is wasting it. No, he's not. Does he already have some mass storage or what the fuck? No, it's just from the factories. And yeah, he didn't waste any, so this is really good for him. Actually, he still has less reclaim, even though he got that. What the fuck? What? Okay, well that's just really a poor job grabbing these rocks. Basically, I mean, how can Voodoo have 1.5k more reclaim? While Blast Chill gets the 3k from mid. That is madness. And Voodoo's been on T2 for a long time and now has significant numbers of pillars. Holy shit, 14 already. This is really good for Voodoo. Blast Chilled score, his score is actually inflated because of this. You get like, I don't know, 3 or 4k score. So his score would be way behind if he hadn't killed mid. Only 2 T2 maxes and way too much power at the minute. And he's actually still making T1P gens as he's reclaiming T1P gens over here. And the bottom expansion is completely dead for several minutes. Hasn't been retaken. This army is easily large enough to just run over this, so the sooner he does it the better. But on top, he has no chance. There's so many pillars here. Most of Voodoo's army is on top, actually. So if he just pushes through, he could probably run the whole way down here and kill this HQ. He has that many units. Or get rid of some of these walls and just go straight through mid. A lot of people seem to forget that you can just run through mid if you just get rid of the walls a bit. Air is completely dominated by Voodoo. I wonder if we'll see T2 air. Well, we actually have T3 land. Good old T3 rush. So maybe we can see Percy dropped somewhere. Really, I think we'll just see Voodoo run over everything Blast Shield has. Showing the UEF power. I think, does Blast Shield know he's T3? He does, but he hasn't gone T3. I don't think there's really anything to be done at this stage, except maybe try find the ACU of Voodoo and kill him, but that's easier said than done. If we look at Voodoo, he's here making P-gens, making shields. He has a mobile shield with him, he has flax, or at least a flak, and he has total air control. He's doing the classic Voodoo move of scout the entire map with your air factory rally point and then just spam scouts. So there's probably one. Yeah, you see, I think it's this factory that just has it queued all across the map, and that's very useful. You should definitely use it, especially when you're winning hard and you just want to see what's going on in every part of the map. No reason really not to do it when you are so far ahead. So that was that. Blast Shield couldn't really put up a fight there. I think basically he just failed at the mechanics of the map, and what I mean is just getting the reclaim. Basically, you do have to just have a good idea of how you're gonna actually go about getting all the mass reclaim, the rocks. Otherwise, you're just behind. and you just lose. So let's see the second game. Craftius. Voodoo versus Blast Shield. Wonder if Voodoo will go UEF again. It's really, I think, just the worst faction on this map. No hover. Bad frigates, bad navy for this map. I guess their subs are actually good. They have more HP, but it's a real minor difference, I think. Blast Shield has gone Aeon. Voodoo has gone UEF and says he hasn't played this map for a long time. Music to Blast Shield's ears. Although I can't imagine he feels too confident even with that after the last match. But you'd always have to favor Voodoo over Blast Shield on any of these classic 1v1 maps. This is a map made by Tag Rock, I believe. One of the most difficult maps to play. Nice use of the Aeon Scout. I think it's really underused. It's so epic. It's just by far the best scout. And Celine can fucking go invisible, but Aeon Scout can do a lot of shit thanks to hover. And it has the best radar range. Better than all the other T1 scouts. Which I guess is because they have the Aurora, but that's kind of funny, really. Like, well, the Aurora has more range than your tank, so we have to give the Aeon Scout more radar range than any other scout. So, and they have two advantages, and also it hovers because the Aurora hovers, so that's quite funny, really. Now we'll just slow it down a bit. Out of the early game, this is really nice. Blast Shield has gotten these mexes extremely quickly. Well, extremely quickly. I think it is actually very fast. But I don't know if he's realized that Voodoo's gone with no air this whole time, and Voodoo's just mixing in anti-airs, which are very effective. And Voodoo's actually gone left with his ACU instead of going to the top. He has an engineer up here. You can actually send an engineer up here and like edge build these two mexes. You can and then build stuff on the plateau like a factory and PD, and you can even edge build a Hydro. But over here we have a fight, and Voodoo has overwhelming numbers. Blast Shield's units are basically out of position. There's a lot of units sent this way, sent to this side early on, and Blast Shield didn't push there. And then he was left with just an army sitting here doing nothing. Lots of reclaim in this position. The Aurora arrive and Blast Shield takes a dip in the water, but he has a HP disadvantage right now. But Blast Shield, this army is finally clearing out this position. There's no PD here. Voodoo pushing again. You can also see Voodoo mixing in logos, not just for PDs, but just versus the Aurora. Making some more T1 art is good versus Aurora. You catch them, you have a good range to try and shoot them, and also if you catch them, you'll just kill them in one hit, or even kill multiple Aurora with one Lobo shot. Only problem with Lobos is they have quite a slow fire rate. And Voodoo maybe overextending. Maybe he should be sending his army through mid rather than to the left and then up. But he actually has Aurora coming into his base. There's PD up already though. Seen it well in advance. And he even still has a couple of mexes up here. Blast Shield is dropped here. He didn't drop the others for whatever reason. And there's a huge reclaim field to be grabbed here. Anti-air turret going down. I would prefer a PD to try and keep this ACU from... that's a bad position. He's outside the water. Well, he's above the water. So I don't think that's really that safe. And Artie's can just... Yeah, he needs to leave or he's gonna die. These Artie's doing so much damage. Holy shit. 1k HP now. That's pretty bad for Chilled. Still on T1, and actually Voodoo playing GPG again. Just on T1 now moving to T2. We're at 12 minutes. Usually in 2016 we're at T3 land right now. I guess not on this map. But yeah, T2 coming up, and we'll see pillars. Mucho pillar. Don't know Spanish. So, topside just never been claimed by anyone. People have sent tanks there occasionally, just in case, but no one's actually taken this. It's quite disappointing. We don't have any T2 mexes on the map, I believe. And Navy is not really being pressed. I mean, Voodoo stayed on one factory, one naval factory, so the back of his base should be dead right now. He has lost a lot of his water mexes. He only has 2 right now, so LotS should be in a good position. I mean, he got his T2 upgrade in his commander. If he just makes sure he doesn't die to land and focuses on navy, gets all these naval mexes, he can do... I mean, there's just so many naval mexes that you can get a huge advantage from that, dominating the water. Voodoo has not put much of his base beside the water, of course, as any good player wouldn't. My god, there's so many wrecks. And now these Aurora are all in range of the tanks. This is quite bad micro. The Aurora still win, but not very efficiently. Voodoo has the gun and doesn't afraid of anything. UEF gun versus Aurora. Thing of true beauty. One-shotting Aurora as he just runs over this area. Runs his T1 tanks, his T2 tanks, his Lobos, his archers into Blast Chill's base. UEF commander doesn't give a fuck. Full HP still, basically. And he's only going to get more vet. It's almost on the 4th. And that will actually take him to full HP. There he goes, 16,800. Back of his base is under attack, but he does not care. He's just going to kill every Aurora there is. Kill everything inside the base while that's happening. And a couple of T2PDs don't even matter. TML, and yeah, I think this is GG. I think Voodoo will take these games, this group stage match win. In convincing UEF fashion. I'll probably just walk over here and kill these BDs. Then there will be nothing that can hurt him really. Last Shield's still trying to make some B-gens. You can see how slow they're going. So he has no power whatsoever. He's still building for all these factories probably. Oh no, they're all idle. And he just doesn't want to get knocked out of this tournament just yet. Voodoo now with torp bombers, obviously great for Zeon because their frigates don't shoot back. GG. Voodoo played like a champ. Last Chilled. Well. He tried to TML Voodoo's commander, and Voodoo did not even notice. That is just, yep, that's UEF right there. Yeah, 15,000 HP. Doesn't really matter. if you lose 6k to some Poxy Aeon TML. So, well played. No shame in losing to Voodoo. Now let's go on to the next matchup versus Zok. Obviously, considerably better opponent. I don't think Blast Shield would begrudge me saying that. And we're on Twin Rivers. 2 UEF commandos ready to Mongoose and Janus everything back to the Stone Age. So let's go fast. Gotta go fast. Second land from Voodoo. Carefully arranged set of pigeons for Zok before he goes second air. Voodoo slaps him down there. Doesn't give a fuck. Yeah, Zok actually spaced them out and then filled in the gaps afterwards. Guess to... well, I'm not actually sure why, to be honest. Maybe to leave spaces for his engineers. Oh, he cancelled that all. Well, now I can stop talking about it. Voodoo already has an engineer assisting his commander. Usually you don't have one so quick. Well, I guess you do actually. Or you should if you don't. Zok's done the same. Making use of this reclaim. All of this is getting manually reclaimed. This engineer often goes to this island and edge builds, but not for Voodoo. He's gonna get a transport to do that for him. And Zok has far more reclaim right now. Double. Voodoo, on the other hand, has the mechs advantage. That's really the difference. If your NGs are reclaiming, then they're not building mexes. So you can get a kind of boost if you just go for the reclaim. And also you have an option to keep your NGs a bit safer because they might be reclaiming close to... actually he's not reclaiming rocks, he was reclaiming the mid-mass. But yeah, that slows down his expansion to get his mexes. So because it was contested reclaim, then it's actually quite good. If he's slowing down his expansion to grab these rocks, then it could be bad because he can get that mass anytime pretty much, but the later you take your mexes, well, that's just less total mass compared to your opponent. But he just rushes to get the mid mass. I'm sure he didn't waste it. I have faith that Zok would not waste mass in a tournament. So that's a really nice advantage because there's actually a lot of mass in these wrecks, even without... a lot of people don't bother taking the mech marines because, well, it's quite a lot of clicking, but yeah, getting the flak and the trans is quite a nice mass boost. Excuse me. And if I sound weird, it's because it's the day after Stephen's Day and I'm very hungover. So, dropping at similar times, Zok is doing a very nice drop though, 3 engineers, and he packed some tanks in there as well, so he can do a 2-for-1 trip with this transport. And we got tanks in the back that Voodoo has to deal with now. Maybe he should invest in a bomber to kill them. Or maybe he should just send some tanks. It'll probably take about the same amount of time. Zok has paused a lot of these mexes. He's done his You know, you set them to upgrade and then pause immediately. And when you're doing it, please pause immediately. Do not let them all get to 1% or something before you pause, or 2%. That would be tragic. So Zoc with a really nice advantage right now. Yeah, also make sure you get these rocks on this island. Especially these big ones. Just go straight for them. And there's also rocks around this as well. And trees suck. So we gotta drop here to raid the expansion. Ooh, Artie is ready. Yeah, having Artie somewhere where you expect your opponent to drop is really nice. Just have your Artie just there, and they shoot an Artie an Artie shell as soon as that drop lands, and you do massive damage that way. Zoc gone to T2, we're at 9 minutes. T2 also from Voodoo, he has a couple pillars out now. And a Skyboxer now as well. Gun for Voodoo. T2 already done for Zoc, Voodoo just finishing up his gun now. Back, well this is really bad for Voodoo. That I believe these are just the tanks that were dropped at the back. I can't imagine there's any more tanks got here. Unless there was maybe a second drop, but fuck, was that really 3 tanks? Well, it did huge damage and also pulled a huge amount of Voodoo's forces out of position. We have a lot of dead stuff here. Good reclaim for Voodoo, really. Not that efficient for Zoc, I think. Zoc, T2 and gun. Voodoo, meanwhile, just on gun. Zoc was able to get the gun extremely quickly because he got T2 first. Probably saw that Voodoo had gun and was getting it and thought, well, a gun of my own, it's probably the best way to counter this. Voodoo had a nice army in position to stop this from just running over and into the back, but now it's repositioning, coming to the top, and Zoc has a huge HP advantage. This looks really bad for Voodoo right now. We also have pillars for Zoc as well. So no tech advantage in tanks either, and these pillars are getting overcharged. Zoc now basically full HP. Voodoo gets trapped and finds it difficult to believe what just happened. WTF. Sorry for that. Yeah, Zoc just completely surrounded him. I think actually this fucking mid-mass was great for him. I also like the walls funneling Voodoo into a specific area. It also made it difficult for him to retreat. He can't really go straight to the water, he has to go around the wall. So the walls are definitely nice. Even building the wall opponent's side of this mix. So, well played, Zoc. The gun comm was just not enough for Voodoo as he came against T2 gun. Now we move on to the 4th game of this. Oh, fuck. Well, I clicked on it and it said it's corrupted. So I'm just gonna quickly search the tournament thread. I'm hoping it is there. Let's see. So it should be on Whitefire versus Zoc. Let's see if it opens. Voodoo did not upload his local replay. He uploaded, or he just posted his link. So I can't cast that game right now. I'll see if I can get it off Zoc or Voodoo himself. and cast it, so I'll leave it there. I won't spoil who wins. Well, actually, I won't show you the third game because it didn't happen, so I guess you know who wins it. So I'll just end it here and press on to more group stage games. Thanks for watching.